Okay, now I'd like to briefly go over the syllabus with you. I do want you to read this on your own in more detail, but I just want to kind of take care of some of the important issues here, or type of thing I would go through if I was in class with you. We start with my information here. Again, email is the best way to get a hold of me, and you can email me straight out of Moodle or even my marketing lab. My office is in the LRC, and there's my office hours, or you can call. What we'll be doing, here's the textbook. Again, the access to my marketing lab is recommended, but it is optional. Or, like I said, you can buy the access and get the ebook that way. So some form of the book, whether you buy a hard copy or buy the lab and you just use the ebook, is fine. The types of things we'll be covering here, a variety of things about marketing. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. So terminology, so types of decisions that they're going to make. We're talking about, and it's not just advertising. We talk about a lot of different things before we even get to advertising. You're going to use a lot of different tools here. We'll do the textbook. We'll do other types of reading. We'll practice what we're applying. We have a project that will encompass a lot of what we're doing here. The textbook is required and the lab is recommended. You're going to have to read for this. This is a 3-credit college course, so here's an idea of what you can kind of expect to be, how you can kind of expect to spend your time. We're saying about 9 hours a week. So breakdown, this reflects the minimum you can expect to spend. Some of you are going to have to spend more than that, or some of you are going to have to spend more on some activities. But we have online homework, activities, discussions, readings, quizzes, and exams. So that's pretty much how you can expect to spend your time. Here's how your grade will work. You'll have quizzes will be 20%, the midterm, the final, the projects. There's a marketing project that you'll do at the end, and then the online assignments will be done in Moodle. So quizzes you'll be doing in Moodle, and you'll be doing those on your own at home. So those are open book and open notes. Exams will be in Moodle, but they have to be taken in person at the testing center. They will not be open book, but you will be allowed 1 page of notes during the exam, so you can make yourself a cheat sheet. For the marketing project, you're going to explore one company in depth, and you're going to look at all the different aspects of marketing with them. And that will be at the end. There's more details to kind of guide you through that when posted in Moodle. And then participation grade is there's online activities. Every other week you have either a quiz or an online activity due. So they're sort of discussions, but they're more like mini assignments than discussions, really. So here's some of the administrative things that we put on here. Attendance isn't necessarily relevant to a online course, is it? But academic integrity, I expect that you are not going to cheat, so I know you're not going to do that one. Don't wait until Sunday evening. No late assignments. Let's see. Here's a kind of a topical outline. And that's the end of that one. And then here is your course schedule, which has gotten a little off here. That should fit on 1 page. But so you can see every other week you have either an online assignment or a quiz. All of these will be due in Moodle. They're all Sunday nights. Here's the midterm and here's the final. So most of the time we're doing 1 chapter a week. There's a couple weeks here where we have 2 chapters. One of this one right here is actually Thanksgiving week, and I was hoping not to make anything due, but it messed the schedule up so much. So if you don't want to be working over Thanksgiving weekend, then just make sure you do that one before that. But I didn't want to double it up over here in case you didn't want to do it that way. So. And then the last 2 weeks you'll be submitting your marketing project and taking the final exam in the very last week of finals there. So that is kind of the syllabus. I think that's all I wanted to tell you about that one. But it is posted there for you to refer to. But keep that handy, and I think if you read this, I explain kind of most of what you need to know in here. Let's see what else we have that you need to know. Okay, I think that's about it for that. Let me just show you really briefly what Moodle's going to look like. Okay, this is pretty much, this is going to be your setup every week. I'm going to, sorry, yours will look a little bit different. Mine's in a, okay, let me see, let me fix. There, that looks a little better. Each week, this is kind of what it'll look for you. So here's the week. Here's what we're covering. This week is Chapter 1. What's due this week? And so here's what you're supposed to read and complete. And then right here, you'll see either the online activity, a link to the online activity, or the quiz right here. Here are recommended activities in marketing in my marketing lab. Each week, that's either going to be a video or a simulation activity, and the practice quiz is there. And then here's resources. These are PowerPoints that I would be using with the in-person class. This will be a study guide. And then here I have kind of a video version of the study guide. What this is going to be is a little video of me going through the study guide, making notes, kind of summarizing the key concepts from that chapter. And then what the second document here is another PowerPoint, another Word document, but with my scribbling in here. So in the video, I'm writing on the study guide, and so this is a blank copy, and then this is that exact same study guide with my writing from the video on it. So if you want to use this to study from, because it'll jog your memory from the video, or if you want to print out a blank one and make your own notes as you're watching the video, however you want to use it, either one of those is fine. So here's a PowerPoint and 2 different versions of the study guide and a video version of the study guide, and that's kind of what you'll see every week. And then, for instance, here's Chapter 2, what's due this week. You're going to read Chapter 2, you're going to take the quiz. Here's a link to the quiz. Here's your recommended activities in my marketing lab, and then here's your resources, PowerPoints, study guide, and study guide with notes from the video here. So that's pretty much what you can expect to see in here. Some things due every Sunday, either a quiz or a online activity. Everything that is due, that is part of your grade, is completed in Moodle. So those are all here. And the stuff in my marketing lab is to help you learn the material better. And that there is a grade book in my marketing lab, but it's not part of your real grade. I won't be transferring those over. So you can flunk every single my marketing lab quiz, and it won't matter. In fact, it'll probably help you do better on the quizzes in Moodle, the ones that are really part of your grade. So that's kind of a summary of what you can expect. One more video where I show you my marketing lab real briefly, and then you're all ready to go.